All right, everybody. Hello. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Vesta Angels Tarot. This is going to be a reading for, I believe it's May 1st, 2025. I hope everybody is well after paying all that money out on the 1st, okay? I know how you feel. I know how you feel. All right, let's just see. Fortune in reverse. Why couldn't it come out in the upright? Something you thought may have been a fortune cookie is not. Or, for some of you, is this going to be a fortunate event happening? Um, Direction. Because you're trying to keep faith. Ninth house of Sag. Because the way that somebody is projecting their self towards you or you towards them. Also, you may see yourself, because there's chemistry, alchemy. Some of you also could be thinking of some spells lately. Not quite sure how deep that you dive into that. Our words, the English language, are spells because they did change the spelling of a lot of words to mean something else. And then it's hidden words inside of words, right? But it also can be, some of you could feel like you're under a spell by this type of chemistry that you feel with somebody. That's what you see. We got a lot of ninth house Sag here. And then we got fragmented in reverse. Is something coming together after a period of time, however that long that is for you? Sag, I see energy. Nothing's going on in Sag. Oh. But Mars did leave Gemini and go to Cancer. Vedic sidereal, not tropical western. Tropical western would say that it's in Leo, I believe, Mars energy. But for my channel, Vedic sidereal is in Cancer until June. Um, and that will be the last time that it will transit, okay? For the past, almost 6, 8 months, has only been going back and forth between Gemini and Cancer. So this will be the last time sitting in Cancer. I think the late part of June, the middle or late part of June or July. I have to look and see that will be over. Okay. So like I said, nothing's going on in Sag, but that just left. Yeah, June 6th. Okay, which is like 2 months because we got to get through all of May. Well, not 2 months. About 4 weeks, right? Okay. So some of you Geminis, also Cancers, probably Sagittarius, definitely Sagittariuses, um, Virgo. I'm also seeing Aries energy. Hmm. That don't really mean anything far as zodiac sign. This could be regarding any person, any zodiac sign, sun, moon, rising, and or ascendant. Um, and also in what house is there Jupiter and or Mars? Okay. So the question is here, what's going on is where is Mars in your house? That's the question. Okay. Um, some of you actually see the spell work. And I don't mean in any scary type of scenario, but some of you see the actual alchemy or chemistry that some of you have for a certain person. It can be through intimate contact, of course, okay? But some of you are spell bound or spell drawn to a person when you see them. So it also could be lust, okay? It can also be emotions, but I'm not gonna lie, myself, I was looking at somebody in the grocery store and I was spellbound by looking at their body. A man, a masculine. And my head started fantasizing. My mind started fantasizing and doing all type of mind tricks and things like that. So, and that was just the other day, okay? Um, because of things that we do see, we can get spellbound, okay? Does it necessarily mean that it's good for us? No. Can it? Sometimes, yes. It's all about the projection of it. But what's here about ninth house of faith is, like I say, nothing's going on particularly in Sag, but it is about a sense of giving when we talk about the ninth house, okay? Ninth house of Sag also is the study or studies of religion, is spirituality, is spiritually obtainment or spiritually being guided. Ninth house of Sag is trips. So some of you also may be thinking about going on a long distance trip. That is ninth house. Short distance trips is more a fourth house or Gemini third or fourth house. Um, Sometimes also can be second. But what else? I associate ninth house of Sag with religion, heritage, ancestors, source, or the three letter capital letter word that some people use. And it's also like the universe. What is the universe projecting to you also can be a sense of a spell. What is it that you see? That is the question. Now, of course, that's going to be different for everybody. But what is it that you are seeing that has you spelled bound? Um, it's either emotionally, physically, um, your thoughts. Now, don't forget that the alchemy here is also the magician. Okay? So, did somebody do a love spell on you? A word spell? An attraction spell? I don't know all different type of names because I don't do spells. Um, a energy spell? Do somebody has you up under their energy spell? Somebody also here sees the same chemistry that you do. But are they projecting the same faith that you are? And because of that, some of you may also feel that it's not going to be fortunate because this also may have had to come back together or to put the pieces back together for some of you or to connect or try to connect to assemble this. So we got energy in reverse, not watching your back. You also, like I said, with the mirror here, some of you also could be doing mirror spell or mirror work. So we got whole, inner growth. That's totally ninth house of Sag. And then look, the mirror, a sense of projection. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Or what do other people see um, in you? Okay? As what you're projecting out to the universe, source, the world, right? When you talk about ninth house of Sag, a sense of projecting, what you project out is also what you attract in. Yes? So, are you projecting the right energy now? Unlike maybe that you were before, or maybe you were projecting the right energy out all along. And because of that, this spell alchemy um sense of work is working and you see it working also because of the camera. Okay, so yeah, you see that, reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, and perception, projection, and perspective. Some of you could be trying to figure out, what do I see in myself? What do I see in this person? Some of you also may be putting a spell on yourself to see what you need to see. Okay. You got ghosting, divine intervention, and time for reflection. Some of you, because either a lack of memories, some of you, or being able to make memories, some of you may end up ghosting or disappearing, or somebody may ghost and disappear you because of their perception of what they may feel you're projecting out. Okay, like maybe they, I don't know, maybe they feel like you're trying to put a spell on them, or maybe they trying to see um as through their own perception, that maybe, for some of you, that you're really trying to ghost them eventually. hmm or some of you may see that this person is getting ready to ghost you and to disappear because you've seen it before. It's reminiscing, it's memories coming back to you from the past. Projection, perspective, projection, a mask, not showing a true self. Hmm. Somebody also here, it's going to be different stories. We got regret and mistakes in reverse. Somebody here, of course, don't want to make another wrong mistake, or to make a mistake, or to not see something, or see in the chemistry, the alchemy that they do have for somebody, you for them for you. Um, they don't want to end up regretting this by not letting their mask down, but they're having a lot of reminiscing. um you know their perception right now is still learning from the past. So somebody here can have just went through something recently, as a separation and or breakup, making sure nothing flipped. Okay. But at the same times, memories need to be made, so it's also like somebody needs to be living in the present moment, because cameras are about taking pictures in the present moment to have memories for the past. Somebody may have ghosted this person or disappeared on them. Somebody may have ghosted you and disappeared on you as an ex. Okay. And you're trying to see, or see through the lens of grace. I feel that a break may also come into play between you and this person, if it hasn't already, because of this mask here. Now, something may also have came back together after a short period of time or a long period of time for some of you, uh, as or for needing divine intervention. Not saying that you really needed it. Maybe this other person needed it as a person from the past. Maybe some of you are dating somebody new, and maybe they're the one that is separating from somebody, and they're healing right now. They're needing this inner growth to be able to make memories, okay, which is to bring them into the present moment. And this is also why faith is here. But their projection is a mask. Why can't the person just tell you that they like you, or they're falling in love with you? That they don't want to have to watch their back. They want to bring this into whole, right? With the fragmented pieces everywhere. They want to make this whole. But I don't understand why the ghosting and disappearing is here. Maybe it happened between the both of you for a short time. That divine intervention was needed for this person to be able to control themselves, to release the mask. And then we got divine timing, believe in right timing, the hourglass. So you got divine here three times: divine intervention, divine timing, and ninth house of Sag, which is also divine energy. Uh, the spiritual house is two, right? Virgo, sixth house, and ninth house of Sag. Just believe in the right timing. And I feel that you're going to see it. This other person also is going to see it, because I feel that one of you, more than the other, really doesn't want to regret this. And people have different levels or different things about regarding regret. Like, darn, I really should have showed them who I was, the inner me, not the projection of my alter ego, you know, being big, bad, and tough, and I don't love nobody, and my controlling type of self, but I'm really hurt, innocent. Um, I'm craving religion or spirituality. I want nurturing. I want caring. I want love. I want to be taken care of. I want a close relationship. I want marriage. I want children, type of thing. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of masculines mess it up because of their ego as their projection, instead of letting their mask down and showing whoever they want to be with, right? Divine, another masculine or divine feminine energy, their true self. Because that's the only way that something can become whole, if two people are showing their true self. Two people are not going to be able to make a relationship based off two egos. When that happens, usually it breaks up. Somebody is lacking the courage and the strength right now. Let's not turn this over. Let's go ahead and get to your tarot cards. All right. I know y'all don't like to hear about divine timing, but somebody don't have the courage enough. Whatever that you or both of you went through, both of you were hurt before in the past. One person could be more recent than the other. And to be honest, this person feel like ghosting and disappearing again. But if they do, I feel that you, as you seeing that and it happens to you, um, you're gonna throw your mask up and you're gonna walk off. And this person is going to end up regretting it. See that? You see the look on their face? It's a sense of regret also about why I didn't show or tell this person really how I feel or how I felt. But instead, I walked around or was around them and only let them see a mask of myself. Also, mentally, this person is not expressing something else that is still going on with inside of them. This also could be you. Eight of Swords. They feel like they're in a mental jailhouse. Their thoughts, okay, is holding them hostage. Uh, about learning from the past. And if it's a recent past, then they're learning through regret right now. And this is what they're reminiscing about. This is the repetitive thoughts as the Eight of Swords. Uh, Five of Pentacles. It also could be that they had a family or was trying to create a family, um, lost a girl, lost a guy, somebody walked off on them or disappeared and ghosted them, and it's reminiscing in their mind, especially if they're a masculine, like, was I not whole enough? Was I not projecting the right energy? Was I too much projecting my mask as my ego? What did I do? What did I do wrong? And then a lot of people should understand that if the person is not meant for you, for your journey in your life, things will be set up as divine intervention and timing where a separation is going to happen because you're not supposed to be with that person. But, humans get so attached. Hey, Miss Linda. Humans are so attached to people, places, and things, and especially emotions. This person Could have been very much in love. There's no telling how long that they were also wearing a mask, or maybe the person that they were dealing with was wearing a mask. Look at her, Six of Cups. That's a lot of reminiscing. Some of you could just be having some reminiscing thoughts about your past. It may not just be about a particular person and or relationship. It could just be about your trials, tribulations, and your troubles, and how much you have grown. Also inner growth. Now, right? And just remembering also by looking at old pictures of family, of your old neighborhood, um, friends or people you grew up with, you know, thinking of your, I was thinking about my, not childhood, but, high school sweetheart the other day. It was like one day last week or the week before. And I think I told y'all that they found me on FB years ago. It had to be about 8 years ago now. Um, but the last time I seen them, I was in 11th grade. But they found me 8 years ago, from 2025 back. They found me 8 years ago on FB, and they reached out to me. And I hadn't seen them since 11th grade. And that was my high school sweetheart. That was the person who sent me into my mask because I was hurt vulnerably, because that person had left and moved to Florida to go to a university, because they was in 12th grade and I was in 10th going to 11th, and they were already about to graduate. Yeah, I was dating older guys. And do you know, when I met up with that person had achieved everything, going to university, college, and everything. Did you know that person ended up becoming a Buddhist priest? Can you believe it? And he had traveled, was always traveling the world, and he was working a lot in Africa, Kenya, Nigeria. He was performing weddings and also, I think, spell work and rituals, and ain't no telling, because he was showing me some of his pictures, dressed in all white and standing in the river, preaching and doing different things, marrying couples, and whatever else. Could you believe that my high school sweetheart, and only thing that he did was he was in the band, and I was so in love with this person. He used to walk me home every day from school, carry my books, also carry his band equipment, because I think he played the horn or the trumpet, not saxophone. It was either it don't matter. But anyway, could you believe Vesta's high school ex turned into a Buddhist priest? I don't even think I knew what a Buddhist priest was like that 8 years ago, but I think I had already just started this channel, or after I met up with him, I started my channel right after that, or I think I had just begun the channel. It was one of the two, because I do remember telling him that I was learning about high priestess work, and I was starting this channel and going through an awakening. And I think that they believe in similar but very different type of things. As an African Buddhist priest, not quite sure, as a different religion, things that they worship and altars and things like that. But I was like, wow, I never thought that you would turn into that. Just like, I'm pretty sure people from my high school or I grew up with, Six of Cup, never would have thought that I would be doing this right now. So a lot of camera energy here as reminiscing. Hmm. That's crazy. And I haven't talked or seen him since 8, 9 years ago now. But I was fascinated on the things that he was explaining to me as being a Buddhist priest and traveling back and forth from the country to the United States. And I was like, wow, okay. Queen of Cups. Some of you also could be thinking about your old memories, reminiscing from the past as being a parent, being a wife at that point of time, and or a husband. Um, how much nurturing and caring also of a person maybe that you used to be. Because I feel that with this reading, some of you would love to be in that energy again. Also, kind of reminiscing of how much you more was then than you are now. Because there's a lot of things that you have learned, graduated from. The World card, High Priestess energy, also the Empress energy. Um, from then till now. Not saying that you can't or you won't be loving, nurturing, and caring, but you were so much more easily to give. That's what I hear. Because right now, it takes some pliers to pull that tooth for some of you to trust to be able to be that true Queen of Cups again because of everything you have learned from the past. People you have done that had put you in wrong type of positions financially, emotionally, married to them, living with them, dating them, all these type of situations, five of coins, being let down, being homeless, being left out in the cold, being neglected, having to move for some of y'all from one place to another, um, mental and emotional challenges. At the same time, for a lot of you and us, also being a mother at the same time, and also looking like a single mother. For some of you, this is your ex-husband or father of your child that is also reminiscing. So something could be going on with them where that is affecting their ninth house. Look at there, Ten of Swords. If this is somebody new that you're dating, there's so much in their Eight of Swords energy. They can't come out from. They want this new kinship, friendship, love, nurturing, and caring. But it also could be that they're not financially together all the way to allow them mentally to be able to have this type of energy to project to you. That's something also that they would probably need to learn because stuff is going to be stuff. We all still going to have to continue to pay bills and do this and do that, right? That's never going to change. But to be only concentrated on that when you still have a person that is wanting to be in your life and date, or you're having to take care of them, you're married to them or living with them, or got a child on the way with them, or whatever the case may be, um, the world is still going to take care of itself. You still have to learn how to balance. Some of you, this may be a Libra, or you may be a Libra. You still have to learn how to balance your feelings and emotions and your energy and stay whole, because the world will ruin you if you only keep your mind, feelings, and emotions projected to the world and not about the present moment. So somebody here don't know how to reflect that, okay? Um this also could be a you or somebody here that this person left them financially challenged and they were trusting this person a lot. Maybe they wanted a child or did have a child with this person, but this person end up hurting them. Ten of Swords, very badly. But the 10 is an ending. Okay, so let's see. Look at there. Home. That's a nice house. Ten of Pentacles. It takes this courage and this strength and the tenacity for some of you or either one of you to bounce back and to allow this divine timing and divine intervention to happen. Ten of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. This is going to be a better repeat. Um, and this is also like a come up, literally, because the Queen of Cups here will make it so. You know, when you enrich enrich people with nurturing, caring, loving, and attention, it makes them whole here, this card. And then it builds up their courage, you know, their strength, their mindset. It puts them in a comfortable mind space, you know, where it also makes them feel mentally and emotionally that they can achieve anything because they're actually cared for. You know, masculines also need a purpose, right? They need a purpose to keep their courage and their strength in everything that they do, especially when it comes to taking care of children, family, a home, being a provider for some of them, and having that loving, also friendship, kinship. What is this Eight of Swords? No, let me get the last card and I'm gonna use something else. What is this Ten of Coins? Now, if this is you, anything that has happened from your past, you have came a long way. Okay? Ten of Wands. So the burden is about to be over. The Ten of Wands in reverse for me is not over. It would need to be in the upright. So some type of last financial challenge is still in your present moment, or because of your mindset is still there, it is still causing you. You know, like they say, if you think you're rich, then you are. But if you think you broke and say you broke, then you're going to stay broke. Because the spell card, right? Alchemy, words are curses. Stop going around saying you broke. I don't got it. I don't have it. I ain't never gonna have this. I ain't never gonna get married. I ain't never gonna be in love again. I don't want no relationship. Hmm. No call and hurting and agonizing. I'm clarifying the Eight of Swords here. So also what this person and or you, if this is somebody from your past or somebody, let's just say from the past first, um, it's still in your mind. You're reminiscing some. I'm still sometimes it's this can also be a little bit of ego that I'm saying that you're hurting, you know, a little bit of agonizing pain that this person probably chose somebody else over you, or they already had a family, or was living with somebody when they came into your life, or tried to reconnect with you from the past. Six of Cups. And because they were going through issues with that person, they wanted to enter into your life and start conversation, and then they disappeared. But really what they was giving you was a mask, and they knew they were, because they didn't want to make this whole. They wanted to keep it kind of fragmented. Okay, to keep you wondering about the true projection and perception. Now, if this is somebody that you're newly met or dating, they're hurting because of either their person ain't answering their phone calls, and they're hurting, or they're getting over the pain because that person has finally or will begin to finally stop calling. And they would have to cut off this long term um, relationship and let it go because divine intervention is here. You know, divine intervention is a mug now. Because divine intervention is say, when I say let it go, let it go. And I'm going to make you let it go. Because I'm going to cause other things in your life to happen where that you have no choice but to um, put your mind elsewhere. When I say it's over, it's over. The death card. This also could have been, unfortunately, a physical passing. Um, a childhood friend. Unfortunately, a child. Did y'all know yesterday was my oldest child's birthday? She would have been 36. The one that only lived 12 days and passed away. Yesterday was her birthday. I meant to mention it, but for some of you, Eight of Swords, you could be reminiscing about a loss of a loved one. Um, for some people, this could be a recent loss with the Five of Pentacles here. And this also could be going back to your childhood area, community, or old home, having to see family. Um, like for some of you, this could have been a sister, a brother, a aunt, also of a passing, but also seeing like their children they left behind, or their wife that they're left behind, and all of the bills that now that that spouse is left with, or your grandparent, your other grandparent is left with, your uncle is left with, you know, and they're trying to get through this agonizing pain. But with the Scorpio energy here, you know, we do know that it's why this Ten of Wands is still in reverse and hasn't finished. Now, this particular Scorpio card is this person also could be not accepting calls, hopefully, from this person from the past for sexual energy from this person. This person could have got this person pregnant. I don't know if they decided to keep it or not. That also could be a pain that this person is experiencing if that person decided not to keep the child in whatever way that they did that. And this all could be also why this person don't want this person to call them, or they don't want to call them anymore. But remember, eighth house of Scorpio is a lot of sexual energy. It's a lot of passion. Okay. It also is a great possessiveness. So in this person's mind and or yours, they're still feeling that possessiveness over the money that they lost, the trauma, the neglect, the this person walking away or them walking away. And it's hurting them or affecting them very psychologically and very deep, and it's prowling. Remember yesterday we had look deeper inside? Because I'm going to show you this. All of the words are right here. Passionate, that word perceptive again, focused, determined, okay? Resourceful, possessive, psychological, deep, prowling, prolonging, okay? I feel that you or this person is prolonging this pain. This also could be why you don't really hear from them like this, and why these intermediate type of ghosting or disappearing. Look at her letter in reverse and the squirrel. secretive, frugal, saving, hoarding, giving up, miscommunication. This person also could be ghosting you or about to ghost you because of money issues, because they are having to be very frugal, very tight-lipped. They're being secretive. It can be about their money issues. Maybe they are telling you. Um, but we do have no call, no text, no letter, no mail, no information. They're not really telling you, or you're not telling them. This also is them not expressing their pain in your conversation about whatever's going on with them or whatever they're experiencing, and you also. And this is also them not communicating their determinist, their passion for you, or they're definitely not going to go into text and communication about how they could be very possessive. So this person could be a Libra, Scorpio, Sag. Be careful with this person prowling. Okay, they also could maybe do something as prowling. Look there, another mask on top of the other mask. Something that they could be doing secretly that you don't know to obtain and get money. I hope that they're not using sexual favors to get money here. But this person is very sexual though. And it could stem from something psychologically that I hope that is wrong with, I hope that's not wrong with them. Okay. Um, maybe they unfortunately got some type of mental disease, or has been very much scarred through sexual um, imprisonment, whether they did it or something was done to them. Ooh, we getting too deep. Okay. Disguise, conceal, ego. That word projection again. A hidden motive, persona, representation, acting out a performance. Somebody here could, you know, have went to the movies or also play in a theater, or is constructing a play. What is it that they are being their ego, is it their true self that they're hiding? Eight of Wands. I'm trying to understand, what is this person concealing, being very secretive about? That wanted to come out. Ace of Pentacles. Hold on, y'all, because this is strange. The aces are an offer. It is all this divine time and divine intervention. It is a car, a house, a down payment for a car, house, apartment. It is a marriage proposal. It's okay, let's start dating. It's okay, let's move in together. It's okay, I've been saving up money and I'm going to buy you something. It's an aha moment, a discovery, a breakthrough, realization, enlightenment, invention, and epiphany. Are they hiding something that they are creating? Or are they hiding that they had an epiphany and received the divine time and information, Eight of Wands, but have not discussed that with you or said anything? Or, for some of you, this person may end up disappearing and going or leaving. once they save up enough money. Is this something for some of you that they're not saying? But an aha moment is a breakthrough. They also could be discovering that Eight of Wands to Ace of Pentacles, that they do want this, but they're not saying it. They're not communicating it. It, for some of you, is only coming through sexually. Okay? See, the players, strategic in reverse. So, the next message for some of you could be that this person, intimacy and bonding. Yeah. That they want to come out of the passionate possessiveness energy and stop being strategic and being a player with this ego and concealing and having or staying with a hidden motive. Um, that they either been working on something as an invention, a business. They've been working on their own self-realization and discovery, and they're discovering Eight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, that they are falling for you and that they do love you, Ace of Pentacles, and they really want this. They want this intimate connection. But for whatever reason, I feel that this person is still don't have the courage and the strength for it right now. So this is why, give me something on divine timing. Secret admirer and stop being timid. Yeah, let it all out. Say what you need to say. Stop crushing on somebody and say that you really want something serious. You got twin flame in reverse. So this may not necessarily be a twin flame connection. Don't have to be. It's not the end of the world. Um, Bottom of the deck is not what it looks like. Okay. Now, for some of you, this also could be you. You know, Eight of Wands to Ace of Pentacles. You could meet somebody new, and and as a sense of discovery, and have a realization that you want that instead of the grass that you were tending to. You may decide to switch grasses. Okay, and you may not even have known this person or was admiring them before. They could just come out of nowhere. Okay, while the other person is too still much in their ego. So you may decide to, you know, go with the race, go with the flow of divine timing and move on. Because you do have, yeah, female, you do have the Ten of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. That is a huge increase. It also could be an inheritance, unfortunately. This person also may have a wiser, older person or woman. It could be that they have a sister and a mother, or an aunt and a sister, a niece, a grandma, or something like that. Some of you could be older, younger couple. But it's all about the reposing their self. Also, you may be older and you could be reminiscing about your younger days, your younger love relationships, how you crave more intimacy now than just sexual connections and just being passionate. And I'm not saying everybody, okay? Some people are celibate. I get that. I understand that. But you're much more wiser now. And you could see this for what it is, you know. You have also this sense of knowing. You do have the compassion here to fulfill this. This person may also see you or see your younger self in you as being older. How fragile you are, how fragile this relationship is or could be, that it's perfect enough for them. For some of you, you're saying that it's perfect enough for you right now on whatever you could handle. This person also see you very unique, exquisite, Somebody here is getting a code, a download. So this could be why the divine timing and divine intervention is here. This is also the star card, bam, and the wheel of fortune. All right, so let's check the date because I'm really supposed to be doing that reading today, but it's all right. Jupiter ain't moved yet, so we good. Jupiter will be leaving Taurus and moving to Gemini May 15th. So I got 14 days. I'm going to do it before 14 days. So Jupiter, like I've been telling you, Rahu moving into the star card, 11th house, and K2, come here, strength card, moving into K2 moving into Leo, 5th house. So we got 5, 11, 3rd. 3, 11, 5. 3, 5, 11. So, for some of you, before you go, you need to look in your chart. I'll be telling y'all to download it so you can see what planet's there so you can have your own aha moment. Okay? To be like, oh, so that's why. Yeah. Some of you, you may realize that you may start to like somebody, fall in love. Some of you, this also could be marriage, engagement, long term commitment. Jupiter is husband, father, um, brother, a masculine energy. They don't have to be a Sag. So we really got 8, 9, Scorpio, Sag, third house and second house because Jupiter is still in Taurus. So second house, third house, 11th house, fifth house, eighth house, ninth house. It's a major planet in one of those houses for you all, but you don't know it. So you don't know, you can't really understand your sense of discovery because you don't know what's going on there in that house. Now, like I said, ain't nothing in Aquarius, ain't nothing in Leo. Mars is in Cancer. Saturn, everything is in Pisces. Jupiter is in Taurus. It's nothing in Scorpio. So this is a expansiveness, staying optimistic, staying tolerant. We had the reading what night before last talking about a level of patience, right? A turning point in your life, growth, fortune. You see that fortune, but your fortune cookie in the beginning came out in reverse. You got fortune and then fortune. We got the lovers up under there, and then the fool card. Remember when I talked about the other night, or was it last night, about that person could be very muscular, or they could be very top heavy, like very broad shoulders, thick arms. Down here in Georgia, we call them country thick, not just for the divine feminines, but it's masculines that can just have that country thick body, okay, where they could be very top heavy, the way that some footballers look, or they could just be, very thick bone. They also could be very muscular, very strong, not only physically, but very protective also. This person also wants to prove and to show influence before they make or take this leap of faith because they do see you as the star card. If they didn't, this person would have been left. They would have already changed their mind and they wouldn't have any contemplation or aha moments about removing their mask. Okay? They see you as a very knowing and wise person, very precise, and they know and see that they need to handle this very carefully. Um, but they are getting a download about you on how to handle you, not strategically as a player. They see that they can't be that to you. So this definitely can be somebody new coming in, because of course this couldn't be the ex anymore if they're an ex, right? But even if this was the ex coming out in the reading, they didn't handle you very carefully. They were getting the code and the download, but they were ignoring it. They kept wanting to be a player and be strategic. Okay, still messing with people in their neighborhood, people they grew up with, on and off with one particular person or two people, because of their ego. They really had a hidden motive. Um, they weren't really trying to keep the courage and have enough strength to to build intimacy and have a bond with you. So this is why they lost you. But whoever this new fate, the fate of turning, May 15th, that's changing and coming in for this person, you could see them in your dreams, or you were in their dreams. Somebody had a dream about somebody here. The star card. This person is starting to feel that they will begin to see themselves blessed by having you in their life. Let me check and see when I don't see when Venus is going retrograde again. I would need to see. Now we also got Mars going into Leo June the 7th. So for some of you, it may take till June the 7th for this person to release some of this burden, to get back financially settled enough where they can concentrate on this. Because Mars and Leo, oh my goodness, this person is going to become very passionate oriented, very sexual. They're going to be ready to play their dreams out. They're automatically going to have a lot more courage because of a fire, being in a fire sign. Oh my gosh. The Empress, told you. And the King of Pentacles. That's what I say. The Empress and the King of Pentacles, they make a cute couple. Oh. This person finna be all about business. Business move, ideas, having this breakthrough, epiphany, growth, expansion. Let's get married. Let's build this. It's a turning point in their life. If you ain't up and you ain't about it, then you may want to turn the other way. Okay? Because this person is about growth. They're about building either their legacy, adding money to their account, and they know that you have the wisdom, the knowing, the accumulation, especially if you're the older divine feminine in this. Mm-hmm. Yep. They also may ask you to meet their mother here, or somebody wise to them, a sister, um, a niece, a brother. Also could be their mom. So that may come at some point. Okay. But this person also, with the star card, somebody's marriage chart is opening. Because there's a lot of auspicious energy between these different planets and K2 and Rahu and all this stuff moving this year. It's a lot of things that will be changing. I told y'all dating life is about to change. It's about to be popping now. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Today was a good read. It started off kind of crazy, but we get the picture. Look, there go King of Cups. Some of you may have a choice between two. Do you prefer a King of Cups, or do you prefer a King of Pentacles? But remember, both of them is still the Emperor. And we are still in Aries season until May the 15th. I'll talk to y'all in the next one.